From the great gambling house on the plaza, we hied us to the classic precincts of Calle de los Negros, which was the most perfect and full-grown pandemonium that this writer, who has seen the elephant before and has been more than familiar with him under many phases since, has ever beheld. There were 4 or 5 gambling places, and the crowd from the old Coronel building on the Los Angeles Street corner to the plaza was so dense that we could scarcely squeeze through. Americans, Spaniards, Indians, and foreigners rushing and crowding along from one gambling house to another, from table to table, all chinking with the everlasting 8 square $50 pieces up and down in their palms. It was a fact that all the bad characters who had been driven from the mines had taken refuge in Los Angeles, for the reason that if forced to move further on, it was only a short ride to Mexican soil, while on the other hand all the outlaws of the Mexican frontier made for the California gold mines, and the cutthroats of California and Mexico naturally met at Los Angeles, and at Los Angeles they fought. Knives and revolvers settled all differences, either real or imaginary. The slightest misunderstandings were settled on the spot with knife or bullet, the Mexican preferring the former at close quarters and the American the latter. During the years of 1852 and 53 was a common and usual query at the bar or breakfast table. Well, how many were killed last night? And who was it? And who killed him? The year 53 showed an average mortality from fights and assassinations of over 1 per day in Los Angeles. In the year last referred to, police statistics showed a greater number of murders in California than in all the United States, besides, and a greater number in Los Angeles than all the rest of California. The desperadoes set all law at defiance. Sheriffs and marshals were killed at pleasure, and at one time the office of sheriff, then worth $10,000 a year, went begging. The wheels of justice refused to revolve. No man could be found bold enough to come forward and accept the office, until Jim Thompson threw himself into the breach, as it were, and became sheriff of Los Angeles County, when 2 predecessors had been assassinated within the year preceding his appointment. Robberies were of rare occurrence, money being so plentiful and so easily obtained by gambling that out-and-out robbery was not necessary. Within 3 or 4 days following my arrival, several men were pointed out to me as being first-class desperadoes, the most conspicuous of whom was Crooked Nose Smith, who had killed his half-dozen men in the upper country, and when he did Los Angeles the honor of his presence, he gave out the comforting assurance that he would not kill anyone until just before he would depart from Mexico. Crooked Nose was certainly a man of honor, as well as a first-class artist, for he kept his promise to the very letter. On the day prior to his departure, he did us the honor to furnish a first-class gambler for breakfast. He politely apologized for the interruption he had caused in the unusual quiet that had pervaded the atmosphere of our beautiful city, by saying that he had not killed a man for 6 months, and he feared he might get his hand out. In the innocent simplicity of my heart, I mentally exclaimed, "Surely I am not only in the city of the angels, but with the angels here I dwell."